Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sensei coming to you live once again. And you know what time it is. It is time once again for another episode of Things You Should Know. As we continue to catapult ourselves into financial independence using the principle of compound interest in our everyday lives, we are here to learn one thing and one thing only, to take full responsibility for ourselves by having self custody and moving our wealth outside of the control of others, whether those others be the banks, whether those others be the government, or what have you. Because we all know that if anybody can tell you no, then it's not actually your money, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome. And it's time to take responsibility for ourselves once again as we do this through the principle of compound interest and the vehicle of cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen. So, before we even get started, let me go ahead and talk about, well, let me say my disclaimer. You guys already know that I am not a financial advisor, but I have some really great suggestions. And if you want to use me as a template, I challenge you to do so. But please take full responsibility for your own decisions. And first and foremost, what we have on the list today is, before we even really get underway here, is we're going to ask a little question here, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to comment down below in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. So one of the things we should know is, what is the Cloward-Piven strategy? The Cloward-Piven strategy is a political strategy outlined in 1966 by American sociologist and political activist Richard Cloward and Francis Fox Piven. Okay, it is the strategy of forcing political change leading to societal collapse through orchestrated crises. The Cloward-Piven strategy seeks to hasten the fall of capitalism by overloading the government bureaucracy with a flood of impossible demands, amassing massive, unpayable national debt, and other methods such as unfettered immigration, thus pushing society into crisis and economic collapse by overwhelming the United States. That is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're not here to say what's what or who's who, or to say this is this or that is that, and this theory and that theory. All we have here is opinions. So please feel free to leave your opinion down in the description below. And first up on the list, we see that Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren are at it again. And of course, they came after a project that is very well known to me, ladies and gentlemen. And that project was known as, or is known as, the Debt Box. And the Debt Box was basically one of the first platforms to start issuing licenses and or nodes for real world assets, ladies and or the tokenization of assets. But it is great to see that the debt box has won against the SEC, and as a matter of fact, the SEC has even went as far as apologizing, ladies and gentlemen. So chalk one up again for the cryptocurrency space, ladies and gentlemen. As we already know, they have gone against XRP for well over 2 years, and it cost a lot of time and money. But the SEC was also defeated once again by the Ripple company that produces XRP, ladies and gentlemen. So, yes, the SEC isn't doing too well for themselves, and it is really great to see that they are being defeated left and right. But they're not finished yet, ladies and gentlemen, because they have also come against the man that you love to hate, Richard Hart. But Richard Hart now is fighting back against the SEC allegations. And yes, that's exactly what they are, allegations. And Hex price surges by 40%, ladies and gentlemen. There were many people. If you don't know who Richard Hart is, you better get to know him. And if you don't know him, you soon will know him, because this is going to be all over the news. And Richard Hart, he is the founder, of course, of the cryptocurrency Hex. and or the post chain, I might add, and he has emerged from the shadows to mount a legal defense and allegations from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not even going to read any further, but let me just tell you what I know. When Richard Hart came to the community of the post chain, of which I am a part of, uh, he basically let us know that he had amassed a team, a platoon of 11 lawyers to fight the SEC, the best lawyers and the most feared lawyers in the world. As a matter of fact, several of these lawyers were also defended Elon Musk. So you know that this is a crack team, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great team, and this is one of the most feared assembly of lawyers that the world has ever seen. So I am going to make a safe bet here, even though I'm not a gambler. I am going to make a safe bet that Richard Hart will wipe the floor with the SEC, and the post chain will stop being gate kept. Yes, the post chain is being gate kept by CoinMarketCap. It is being gate kept by many places, and it will find its way once he puts those heads to rest, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so with that being said, let's get underway and let's talk about Ripple, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on with Ripple? Well, I'll tell you what's going on with Ripple. What's going on with Ripple is that we now have an amendment, and the amendment to the XRP ledger, ladies and gentlemen, was to ask the validators who hold governance, should we take our newfound DeFi abilities and apply it to the automated market maker, ladies and gentlemen? And they have come back with a whopping 85.71%, ladies and gentlemen, which means in just a few weeks, on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, you will fall in love with XRP, because now the plan always was to hold our XRP until it goes to a sufficient amount, and not to sell our wealth, but to expand our wealth and to sell a little bit of the dividends off the top. But now it gets even better because you don't have to sell your XRP at all. You will be able to go on the automated market maker, and you will be able to provide liquidity and or lend. You will be able to take collateralized loans against your XRP and all of the sort. Meanwhile, maintaining and keeping your wealth in place as you earn passive income on your XRP as you align it with other tokens and provide liquidity as you would do on any other blockchain, ladies and gentlemen. So that also brings us to another point. We know that Sologenic, one of the XRPL ledger dexes, also created their own blockchain known as Corium, ladies and gentlemen. And Corium, of course, they created their own blockchain over on the Cosmos Atom SDK, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what does that mean? That means that we will now be able to bridge our XRP tokens over to the Corium blockchain and provide liquidity over there in another environment, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know Cosmos Atom, ladies and gentlemen, you should, because Cosmos Atom is known for many things, but it is primarily known for one thing, and we can sum it up in one word, and that one word, ladies and gentlemen, is interoperability, ladies and gentlemen. Cosmos Atom is truly the king when it comes to interoperability. And now they have, as you can see over on the right side where it says 86 zones. They call them zones, ladies and gentlemen, known to us as blockchains. And these blockchains have a capability known as IBC, which means inter-blockchain communication, which means that your economic energy is free to travel over DYDX, over Osmosis, over Axelar, Injective, Kujira, and the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of Axelar, as you may or may not know, But like I said, this is the channel. Things you should know is that Axelar has specifically been picked up by Coinbase. And when you say Coinbase, you are also saying BlackRock, ladies and gentlemen. So Axelar is the new king on the hill when it comes to providing interoperability as it reaches out and it makes all of the EVM chains. And if you don't know what EVM means, that it means Ethereum virtual machine blockchains like Polygon, like Avalanche, like layer twos of Ethereum, like Arbitrum, and so on and so forth. But Axelar will provide that interoperability as it reaches out to connect everything else, ladies and gentlemen. And in the ISO 222 compliant world, that is being head up by none other than Quant, which is an ERC20 coin, but you can also use it, as I said in my last video, in the Hashgraph Hedera environment, ladies and gentlemen. If we go over here to this Hashpack wallet, stay with me, ladies. I know sometimes it's a good thing that this is a video, because you know what that means. That means you can rewind it and watch it again. I told you this is a channel, ladies and gentlemen, for education, because the more you know, the more you can earn. So over here, if we go into the Hashpack wallet, and you should also know, if you don't know, that Hashgraph Hedera is so sophisticated that it does not even have a blockchain. Its methodology, its utilization is to use a technology known as a DAG system, DAG, which stands for Directed Acyclic Graph, ladies and gentlemen. And not only is it faster, not only is it better, not only is it stronger and faster, but it is also quantum resistant. It is future proof. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what I am personally doing in my strategy is when I get quant, which I know everything in the ISO 222 compliant world, like XRP, like Stellar Lumens, like XDC, like Constellation DAG, which is another DAG system, like Algorand, like IOTA. All of these things will be under the umbrella of quant. But rather than get it inside of the ERC20 world, we are going to get it, and we are going to place quant right here in the Hashgraph Hedera world, ladies and gentlemen. And as you do that, you can go over here to the DApp section. You can go over to sources swap, and rather than just having quant and other things just sit in your wallet, you can go over here and form some LPs, as I said in my last video, if you were here for that, and you can provide liquidity, earn yield on your holdings rather than just hodling. Hodling is good, but earning yield on what you hodl is even better, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we're going to continue to go on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, first up on the table, we're going to talk about, and we're not going to do any deep dives today, ladies and gentlemen. We are simply going to do some surface level things. And those things, of course, are preliminaries, first and foremost, like your tool belt. We here in crypto, we have a different mindset than most people. Because if you are trading can most times be something that is akin to gambling, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not doing that. We are yield farmers. We are earning yield on our currency as we bear witness and take part in the tokenization of all assets, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the best places to do that is right here in KINESIS Money. I personally have been involved in KINESIS Money for well over a year, and it is very sophisticated because it's not just about having tokenized gold and silver, which is fully redeemable. Meaning, if you want it sent to your house physically, it will be sent to your house physically. But it is also a sophisticated crypto money system, ladies and gentlemen. And then next up on the table, we also have another thing in our tool belt known as none other than ULTIMO, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ULTIMO is very important for your tool belt. And the reason why is because it is an offshore. That's right. It is an offshore crypto bank account. In other words, you can off-ramp your crypto into fiat and spend it any way you want while simultaneously guarding yourself against the Gary Gensler gang members, ladies and gentlemen. All of those three-letter people that want to make things difficult for you. Those people that are practicing the Cloward Piven strategy. Those people that want to keep you in perpetual poverty. But it's okay, because it's not about what they do. It's about what you're going to do and how you are going to take up your own mantle and be a self-contained unit. And the winning move is simply not to play, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we are moving our wealth outside of the system, ladies and gentlemen. Because once again, if somebody can tell you no, it is not your money. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Meaning, if it's in someone's possession, then technically they own it. When you have a bank account and you say that's my money, technically it is not, because you gave it to them. So if they feel like they don't want to give it to you, then they do not have to. But here, access the world with your ULTIMO offshore account today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you will get all of the crypto that you put in your account and you place into fiat. You will be able to spend as usual online, buying things here and there, wherever, and you will also be able to use this card and go to any ATM machine and physically take your cash out if you have a need for physical cash, ladies and gentlemen. That is the second one. And of course, if you guys have been on my channel, you know what the third one is. That's right. And of course, the third one is none other than SPRITZ Finance, ladies and gentlemen. SPRITZ Finance is going to also allow you to take your, to take your crypto and pay your bills with it, ladies and gentlemen. And there are many other things that you can do with it. Okay? So if we simply go back here, let's just go back and see if we can get to the landing page here, ladies and gentlemen, because the landing page is going to tell you a lot more than that page right there that actually wants you to log in. So if we take a quick look at this, let me see, for some reason, oh, we're making a video. That's the reason. Whenever you're making a video, it always wants to do certain things here. But yeah, so SPRITZ Finance is going to allow you to pay your bills, and doesn't look like it wants to give us the landing page. Let's see if we can hit the landing page here. And the landing page is going to give you some brief information, and I invite you to go in here. My referral link will be down in the description below for everything that I am stating, and I implore you to get these tools in your tool belt. But yes, you can offer up your crypto to your bank account in just one transaction, ladies and gentlemen, because even though we're going to have 80 to 90% of our wealth outside of the system, you and I both know you're going to need to have some form of money in the system so that you can navigate your daily activities. But for the most part, your money will be outside of the system. So you can send your crypto to your bank account, you can pay your bills, you can load the SPRITZ card that you have here, secure your payments, pay anyone, and or do automated payments, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what's going on with SPRITZ Finance, ladies and gentlemen. I personally use SPRITZ Finance to pay several of my bills, ladies and gentlemen, utilizing the dividends from my crypto. And you know what? When you pay your bills from the dividends that you earn from your crypto rewards, it is akin to you paying your bills for free, because it is money that you have generated from your exponential returns, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. Now we're going to get directly into what's going on for this in these days and time, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the first things that we're going to take a look at here is we're going to take a look at some platforms that are going to allow you to up your game significantly. And first up on the list, ladies and gentlemen, we have something known as Zeta Chain. Now, Zeta Chain, talking about interoperability, interoperability is one of the key narratives in crypto today. And when it comes to that, you're going to want something that is simple, fast, a secure omni-chain blockchain. Now, with Zeta omni-chain smart contracts, build truly interoperable D-apps that span multiple chains from Ethereum to Bitcoin and beyond. Access all of crypto from one chain, ladies and gentlemen. So you can go on over here, and I will leave this link down in the description below, and you can take a look at this. And the mainnet of Zeta Chain is now live. They have gone past the testnet, and the mainnet for Zeta Chain is now live. You can go in and you can do your due on Zeta Chain, and there are many activities that you can get into in order to also potentially get an airdrop, ladies and gentlemen. This, yes, as you know, is airdrop season, ladies and gentlemen. So I invite you to go over here and learn about Zeta Chain and to get involved and to make some money with Zeta Chain. Now, the next one on the list, ladies and gentlemen, is something that has recently come to my attention that is equally as amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It is something that is known for its interoperability. It is something that is borderless. It is astronomical. And that's this day is something known as Bank Social that aims to give the power back to the people, ladies and gentlemen. It is financially evolved. It is a fintech and financial evolution using blockchain technology. So, once again, this is Bank Social, ladies and gentlemen. It is on hashtag. You can use it in many places. But itself, it is a one-stop shop interoperability. Finance blockchain technology and changing finance as we know it, ladies and gentlemen. So I invite you to go ahead to Bank Social. I will also leave down in the description. I leave the address for the Bank Social token Hashgraph Federa. And the reason why, there are several. There's one on Binance Smart Chain, there's one on Ethereum, and those you can find easily. But the one on Hashgraph Federa is very difficult to find, and it took me a small amount of time, but I finally found it. I even helped some people on Reddit find that address so that you can put it inside of your Hashpack wallet. And speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, we go have wallet. Let us look quickly, and I will show you that I do have the Bank Social token inside of my wallet, ladies and gentlemen. And we can just get to come up here. Stops ignoring me for a second here. Let's see if we can get our Hashpack wallet to pop here. Not only can you have the token in your wallet, ladies and gentlemen, but you can also provide liquidity on the D-app Sorcerer Swap, ladies and gentlemen. So let me get in here down, and hold on, let's just get out of there. And I believe we'll be down toward the bottom here. And here we go, right here, right at the bottom. You can see here the Bank Social down here at the bottom. And if we were to go over to the deeps, and you were to go over to the Sorcerer Swap, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to go over here to the liquidity pool. And once you, in order to get the Bank Social, you don't even have to go to any exchange or outside exchange. You can simply have it and swap some of your Hashgraph using the swapper and swap some right out for the social token in your wallet. And you can go to the liquidity section where pools are, ladies and gentlemen, and by forming LPs, which two things together, you will be able to go and earn yield on your token because it just came out, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll be able to come over here and use it inside your Hashpack as well as using the full throttle experience on the Bank Social platform itself. So if we come over here, we're going to try and see if we can get the come up on its own. Because you know when you're doing video, everything was go wrong. So yeah, so we've got HBAR and Bank Social. The BSL is the ticker, BSL, Bank Social. All right, and then you got Sauce EU and Bank Social token and Bank Social. You H and the BSL token. You BTC, and that looks like that's it for the full concern. But you can simply go here APR hunting, which are at the 35% at the bottom. On Inu, that's 5.7. Oh, here on Lucky, 6.33. H3, 12.67. This one, 190. Oh, look, it's going up, and it looks like it should be your best bet there. So, all right, let's get out of there. That's something on the side that you can do. But if you go over here to get started, and you simply click on this. Let's see what happens when we click on this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when we click on this and we go inside, you start to get a more personal experience because now you will get an opportunity to log in to your account, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one thing about Bank Social is you will have to KYC yourself. There is a basic way, and then there is the full throttle way. Okay, so let's go on in here. I haven't done the full throttle just yet. I attempted to do so, but one of my documents was out of date, so I have to do it all over again. And once I get the time, I will do so, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't really mind being KYC when it comes to something this sophisticated, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, the sensei is here. And this is my basic account. And as you can see, also, as I said, my verification failed when I went to do the second one. But I do indeed have this basic account. There's two ways to sign up. You have your basic sign up, which is what I have here. And then you have your fully verified account, which is what you will have when you submit your documents, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really not that hard. You just simply have to do a face scan. You got to do your ID. And it's not really much, you know. So when you get a full ID, then you will be able to experience all that Bank Social has to offer, ladies. So let's just come out of this for a second. Let's see if we can wait a little while and see if it'll... Well, we can't really refresh the page. So let's see if we can go back out here and see what we can experience. All right. Now, it looks like it wants to be a little bit on the side of being unresponsive, ladies and gentlemen. But you guys already get the gist. And the gist is that Bank Social is bombastic, and it is doing its thing, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to exit this page here. And we're going to go back to something else. And we're going to talk a little bit about the great things that are happening when it comes to another theme that is large and in charge. And that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is AI. So when it comes to AI, we are looking at things like BitTensor, ladies and gentlemen. BitTensor is, when it comes to AI, this is one of the biggest things that is indeed large and in charge, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to show you this because I didn't show you this on the last video when I talked about BitTensor. And as you can see at the top, you got your document, you got about, you got the white paper, and you know, I would say that you should go in here and read the white paper and do the docs and all this, that, and the other. And right here, you will have the wallet, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have the wallet up here, and this is the official BitTensor wallet. And once you get yourself some BitTensor, you can also stake your BitTensor right within the wallet, ladies and gentlemen. So you can get yourself as much BitTensor as possible, and then go ahead and stake it to earn yield on your BitTensor as the project continues to develop. So what is BitTensor? Very quickly. Now, the BitTensor paradigm is a vision for decentralized AI that has captivated a large number of people in the area of artificial intelligence, computer science, and have yearned for an alternative to the top-down world being created by your current technology giants. However, the promise of what BitTensor is and can be has been masked by large technical barriers to understanding and thus have not been well digested by non-technical audiences. So in other words, this is going to be extremely, extremely huge, ladies and gentlemen. It is built just like on the same kind of technology as Bitcoin in that it's a proof of work coin. And all of that computational power that it takes to make Bitcoin, once the Bitcoin is produced, it all goes astray. It all goes to the side. Like there's it all goes to waste. But with BitTender, all of that computational power goes into machine learning, ladies and gentlemen, not only for itself, but also for other places, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. These are the things that you should know and the things that you should be looking at that are future proof, that are, how should I say, should be permanent installments in your financial portfolio. And if one of these projects should go down, then you should seek to provide the equivalent in order to have that part of the skeletal structure of your financial portfolio in place so that you can build on top of it. So real world assets and real world tokenization is coming, and the tectonic plates of your world is shifting right beneath. But it's okay because we are in on the first wave and we are just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. This is the Sensei once again signing off and signing out. And until the next time, you guys already know, as I always say, I said it before and I'll say it again. Let's get this crypto.